Hello, hello. How's microphone audio? Fantastic. Dope. So what I want to be working on today, I've got a couple things that I need to finish. First, I'm making a couple new animations for a certain new item. Fortunately, these will be pretty quick, fairly easy ones because it's just like a minor tweak, and I'll explain once I get into that. And then I've got some more actors that well, really it's one actor that I need to finish up, which is kind of puzzle oriented. And then I'm going to try to like place this actor in the dungeon that I'm working on. So I hope that is somewhat interesting to you folks. So this new animation, it is for a new item that we have, which is the magic lantern. And we realize a problem. So right now we're reusing the bottle swing animation for like attacking with the lantern and for lighting stuff. The problem is it doesn't work great for things that are low on the ground. So we are going to implement some behavior so that you can attack with the lantern while you're crouched and be able to light stuff on the ground, like if there's a cobweb on the ground, stuff like that. And yeah, I'll show you a little preview of this item once I get the animation. Actually, why don't I do that now? Let's start off on a high note, huh? What branch are we on? Yeah, let's do this. No, that's not the one I want. I'll just do it here. Epic lo-fi Nintendo chill log speeds. Yeah, I should have got music set up. I don't know how to do that. Maybe somebody can teach me how to do music, but for now, just open another tab and put your own music on if you want music. All right. Let's see, where would be a good place to show this off? So many new scenes, huh? Look at all these. All kinds of fun stuff. Let's just go home. Okay, so the new item, Lantern, takes the place of the Lens of Truth. And I'm really proud of this animation, so let me show you. When you take out the lantern, how cool is that, right? So it uses some magic, and you can do an attack with it to light stuff, carry it around, and so on. The problem is when stuff is on the ground, you can't like light anything that's low. Let me put it away. Actually, there's another animation I want to show, which is what happens when you try to light it but you're out of magic. Hang on, it's gonna take a second. I need to drain the magic. You guys are gonna be sick of this by the time I get done with it. But yeah, I think one of my complaints about Ocarina of Time is that it doesn't really use the magic all that often. So we're trying to add a lot of like Link is going to be much more magical in Indigo than he has been before. Okay, here we go. Here's a wonderful animation if you try to take out the lantern when you don't have any magic. Just love that look of like, wait, what? So we need to make animations and add some behavior for when you want to like use the lantern while you're crouched, so that you can light stuff that's low on the ground. That's what we're doing right now. So the first one I already got started on a little bit, which is this idle animation when you're crouching and he's holding the lantern. So there's a total of 4 that I need to create here. One is this this idle crouch. The others are going to be really easy, and I'm going to cheat to do this. So this is the start of the idle, and I want the pose from, oh yeah, I also, because since he doesn't have a shield, I moved his hand on his knee. I think that's kind of cool. I want to grab the pose from the hand IK for both hands and the elbow pulls. And then I'm going to switch to crouch start. And the ending frame of crouch start should be the starting frame of this idle. And I'm going to keyframe that. And let's see how the interpolation looks with just that. Pretty not ideal. Let's remove the keyframes for his hands and see if we get some good auto interpolation. There we go. That's kind of natural, right? I got it without the sphere behind. Yeah, that's good enough. And this is only 5 frames long. This is super short, so it doesn't have to be like amazing. Okay. And we also need, there's also one for crouch end. Yeah, crouch end here. Crouch end needs to start on the idle frame. So I need elbow. I think I saw that pose copied in my buffer. Let's grab these guys, pop that in, keyframe it. Let's delete these frames in the middle. See if we get a nice, yeah. See, and so the difference here is he's still going to be holding the thing, right? That looks pretty good. Oh, actually, that reminds me, there is another crouch start. Yeah, so this first frame is wrong, right? He's just holding it in his hands. So let's steal the pose from carry idle. So this is the idle animation that plays when he's just carrying the lantern around. Grab the elbow, grab the IK pole, copy those poses. And we want crouch start. Yeah, so the first frame of crouch start is going to be this. And keyframe that. So let's see how that looks. Just the free auto interpolation. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally good enough. Cool. So we just did 3 animations. That's what's nice about these ones, is they're very easy. So we've got crouch start, crouch idle, and crouch end. Now we need the crouch swing, which, yeah, I'm not really sure about. So right now this animation has all the keyframes from the crouch stab. Actually, let me yeah, it's 5 frames. An interesting thing, the first frame of this is already like midway through the lunge. I've never realized this, but I guess it makes it feel more snappy. So this is a good lesson for me as an animator to learn. If you need something to come out quick, like don't have any wind up frames. Just jump right in. Like this is the first frame of the attack, and look how far he's already extended. I think this is really enlightening. I would have, if I was making this animation from scratch, I would have had like 2 or 3 frames of wind up, but I never even noticed it in the game. It like crouch stab feels pretty good. So anyway, we don't want this to be a stab motion. So what I have also done is I've got the animation here for swinging a bottle. This is a lot longer. 13 frames long. What I'm going to try to do is grab just the animation from his upper body and bring that over to his crouching, and we'll see how well that goes. Or actually, maybe a better way is to do it the other way around, huh? Maybe because his lower body doesn't move very much, right? So crouch swing here. Sorry, I should rechat. I've thought about adding piles of gold or rupees in the ship, like Giovanni's room. Yeah, it's funny you say that. There's definitely a treasure room that you will find towards the end of the dungeon, so it's going to be very lucrative. And animating in Blender is not so bad, but I also have Stockholm syndrome, like because I don't know anything else, and I just assume this is the best way to do it. All right, so I want to grab. Let's grab the feet. The knees. Where's the other knee pole? Oh, it's way up here. Grab the knees, hip, root, and lower control. Let's just see how this works. Okay, not ideal. Yeah, I think I need to. I do need to start the other way. I need to start from the crouch, which is here. Okay, bottle bug miss. I'm trying to just copy the poses rather than animate this myself, and I don't know how successful I'm gonna be with doing it that way, but we'll see. All right, let's just try. Let's just go one at a time and fix it. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's start with the hand and the elbow. Keyframe those. Probably want upper body rot. Ah, that's not a part. Yeah, let's grab upper body rot in this. Yeah, we'll do that first. Okay, kind of. Kind of. His hips are pretty far forward. It's a little unnatural looking. Okay, I'm not happy with how this is going. I'm gonna try just doing the pose and animating it frame by frame. Oh god, his arm. Let's move this like here. There, now we get like a nice bend on that elbow. start like here. Howdy, tutorials. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe I should take a lesson from the crouch, right? Maybe he's already like halfway through the swing here, which would be like this pose. Oh god, look at that elbow roll. Something here. Bring that elbow down. Probably doesn't need to be looking at the ground either. Gonna be looking a little higher. I don't think he's gonna be lunging forward as much either. Let's pull him back a little bit. This is this is like my favorite part of IK rigs. Like just grabbing this one bone here, the hips, and having IK on the limbs. Like, look how much posing you can do with just that. Makes it so easy. So easy. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think I want him to lunge forward as much when he's doing this. It's going to be more of like a, yeah, something like this. Pull that head down a bit. There's a tool to get halfway between. It's called the breakdown tool. I don't know what that means. Sorry. This knee is way in the wrong place. Let's pull this out. He's still just like leaning so far forward. Maybe pull this up a smidge. Because I don't want this to be so much like a thrust, more of a swing, you know? So I don't really want him like leaning that far forward. Yeah, I think this is what's he gonna do with his other hand here? It's gonna have been on his knee, right? From the last pose that he's coming from. It will be down here. Yeah, so maybe he just kind of lifts it up a little bit. Something like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. For the first frame of the swing. Let's keyframe that. Too dissimilar to the end, use breakdown tool. First keyframe to make it more similar to the next. I see. Yeah, that would be helpful. I'll have to learn about that. I'm going to open up a new tab. And I will look and learn about that later. Do I think it's possible to merge Ocarina and Majora into a single game? I mean, like a mod, when you beat Ocarina, you go to Lost Woods and lose your equipment in the fall to Majora. Absolutely possible. I think it would be stressful to do that. The engines are very similar, and like the code is a very small relative part of the like total size of the ROM. So with a ton of work, you could merge the two engines and get kind of like, you know, some halfway point where both games are playable. That would be the hardest part. And then the easy part would just be like bringing the scenes over, combining the scenes. However, I think you would probably run into size issues fitting all the scene data of two full games. Maybe you could use some like super aggressive compression or something and just like take the hit on long load times. But yeah, I think you'd be hard pressed to pull that off. All right, let me look at the bottle. So this is the bottle swing. This also comes out pretty quick. So we're starting this basically on like frame 2 of the bottle swing. So how's he do this? Hands sideways. Okay. So he turns his body first. That's important. There's a frame of body turn right here. And then a huge amount of motion with his left hand. And then the follow through is pretty quick. Wow, so the actual swing is only like, assume we're starting on the second frame, right? 1, 2, 3 is the main frame. And then it's recovery 4. So there's like 4 frames of swing. And the rest is recovery. Which is good because our crouch stab is also 5 frames long. Yeah, so I think this is the pose I need here, where he's just turned a little bit. He's probably not going to turn as much because he is crouched, but we'll give him a little bit of turn here. So let's pop this in right here. Give him just a little bit of turn. Probably moving his hand out. Maybe moving it back. This is going to have just some slight motion forward. You see the other difference is I'm keeping his hand up, like perpendicular to the earth. That is because the lantern is attached to his hand like this, right? And I want him to swing it outwards with the lantern like facing outwards, not downwards when he swings it. Actually, now that I've said that, I don't really like it anymore. Maybe, I don't know. It's such an awkward. There's not really a good analog to what like a real life situation would be. Let's keep from that. Okay, so it's just some subtle twist. Is that too subtle? Let's see how that compares to the actual swing. There's a bit more. Let me add a little more. Is this a custom item animation? Yes, it is a custom item animation. This is going to be for the Magic Lantern. And yes, this will be playable on EverDrive. I don't have an EverDrive myself, so I can't test myself, but I have a couple folks that have been extremely helpful and graciously offering to test things for me. So assuming it's not my primary support target, I'm mainly focused on supporting WeVC and emulators, because that is what, like, let's be honest, that is what the significant overwhelming majority of players are going to be using. Very few people have the luxury of a working N64 and EverDrive. So primary target, if you want the best experience that the game is like built for, is going to be on WeVC, basically. Use motion paths to visualize bone positions over time. I don't know what that is. Just a little more twist. Maybe his back foot needs to come out or something a little more. Yeah, let's bring that out. Okay. He looks kind of like, I don't know, his upper body's kind of weird, huh? On the second one. Maybe he's like leaning down a bit more. Probably gonna drop his gaze just a smidge, but still look straight ahead. Right, like that. I think that's good enough. It's like one frame of preparation. Tab on the armature inspector. It may look like I know what I'm doing, but it's an illusion. I don't know what the armature inspector even is. Okay. So we're like here. We've just had our little bit of a twist. And this is like the major follow through. Okay, that's a pretty severe degree. Pretty severe motion. Okay. So let's bring this forward and over. Elbow pull needs to come out here. God, his wrist. This poor man's wrist. Give that just like a little, just the subtlest little bit of a twist. And he's gonna have just a smidge more turn. Probably gonna be bending down a little bit. And it looked like he's actually starting to lose focus. He's like following his hand more than he's following what he's looking at, right? And then we need a little bit on this hand as well. Maybe this is like coming like this. Coming out. I don't know, what would you do with your offhand in a swing like this, huh? Kind of want to, I want to rotate this down. Pull the elbow back. Something like that. Maybe his back foot comes up a little bit. See how that looks. Okay, so we got our start frame, one frame of twist, like our little anticipation, and then most of the motion. That doesn't look too bad. I'm happy with that, actually, right away. Let's move on, next frame. I really don't like animating frame by frame like this, but this is so short, it's like not even worth trying to make keyframes for. Have you gotten into the double tap R to jank rotate from your POV? That's my go-to now. No, I use modern key bindings, and double tap R does rotate from local view, which I do use all the time. Start reading the decomp code and then work from there, or are they good tutorials out there? Man, I really wish I could say that like modding is super approachable and friendly to beginners, but it is not. It's getting there, and it's getting to that state through the gracious work of people like CDI Fails, who are documenting the code base, but it's not there yet. I've been programming for about 15 years, so it was a very natural experience for me to start working with the OOT code base. If you are not this sounds like gatekeeping, and I don't mean it that way, but if you do not have a large amount of experience programming, or are willing to learn, at least, you're gonna have a very rough time using decomp to mod at the moment. I think it will get better in the future as more tools get built around it, but it's just not there yet. If you don't know how to program and you don't want to learn, decomp is not the path for you to go. Okay, there's the swing, crossover. It's pretty small follow through. Look at that. Hardly any motion there. Okay. So where are we? We're here. Yeah. Let's see. So he's probably like about here. He's got some more rotation. He's bringing it in. This hand is kind of recovering. Maybe give this foot a little twist. Some more motion in the hips. So this is getting to be a pretty extreme pose, huh? It's not so bad though. Yeah, maybe he's starting to come up. Give his look target a little bit more range. Move his hat over a little. Why not? This is pretty close to being the last frame here. It's probably going to come down. This is going to be a very, very fast animation. Quick swing. Are any guides for Decomp Zelda? No, not really. The guide is reading the code base. Yeah, as far as setting up the development environment for this, so I've considered doing, you know, like doing some doing a video kind of going over how I have everything set up, because I do use a very different. I've made some extensive modifications to the decomp repo to be more friendly to the workflow that I want, and I also use you know, I forked the Fast64 plugin, and I use some modified parts to that to make things easy for myself and my team for the way that we want to work. But yeah, it would not work out of the box, and it's not something that's very easily portable at the moment. So it's kind of why I haven't really considered doing tutorial streams, because I use such a like heavily modified environment. It wouldn't be applicable to most people. Yeah, so this is we're already on the recovery frame here. So this will start here. So he's done with his swing already, and now he's gonna start coming back. It's only gonna be like one frame of this, I think, as well. I'm starting to move his hand back up to the hip. Okay. Let's see how this looks. This is the first frame. Just a smidge of wind up. Kind of feel like he doesn't swing far enough on that first. Let me compare that to the other one again. I guess it's because his arm is extended so much more, right? Like he's covering so much distance there. Yeah, let me just see if I can exaggerate this just a little more. I'm gonna swing out with his whole arm, huh? Let's do it like that. Doesn't really work so well. There's some crazy stuff going on with his back foot here. We need to fix that. Yeah, I'm gonna delete these other keyframes for his foot. Let's just keep his foot planted. Maybe I can give it like a little bit of rotation in the toe when his knee bends down. See, I need to rotate it around. Oh, okay. I know exactly what I can do. It's a fun trick. Go into object mode, edit mode. I want to rotate around this big toe here. Cursor to selected. Shift S, cursor to selected. Nope, not working. Let's put it there manually then. All right, back into pose mode. Rotate around the 3D cursor. And now I can spin this a little more naturally, the way I want to. Just like that. Some pretty extreme deformation going on there, but that's okay. You won't even see that. That's because you're going to be behind, and it's only one frame. That works for me. There, just a little more spin. Screencast keys, yeah. I should have done that earlier. Unfortunately, I'm already pretty much done with the animation side. Yeah, that looks a lot better. The other thing is this does need to be low to the ground. Yeah, okay, that's low enough. Okay. I think that's not bad. All right. Now let's export all of these. So I already have all my export stuff set up well. So I need to export my crouch swing. Crouch start. Crouch idle. Oh, I've messed up. I've made a terrible mistake. I need to make sure my frame's right. Okay, crouch swing. Export that. Crouch start. Also 5 frames. That's lucky. So I only messed up on that one. Crouch idle. This is not 5 frames long. It is 20 frames long. And crouch end. This is 5 again. Export. All right. This is the kind of tedious part of my workflow that I need to improve, which is like getting these animations included. I gotta drop these into 4 different files here. So I've got crouch, end, idle, start, and swing. I'm gonna go to gameplay keep.c. And I need crouch start, idle, and swing. Grab these. Gameplay keep.h. Drop those in. Now I need to go to link animedian. Drop these in. These are going to be data. And animedian.c. Let's see. Okay. The motion for the lamp reminded me as if Link was throwing a shuriken or kunai. Yeah, hopefully it looks okay. All right. As a quick test, what's the best way to test this? Actually, I don't think there is a good way. Attack while defending. So this is the, I already know this is the function I need to get into here. So let's see. Player get melee weapon held not equal to. I think this condition might be part of the problem. And using item already in hand. So let's modify this one. Or is holding magic. I do need to set this animation. It's kind of awkward doubling up on conditionals, but this is just a test, right? It's okay. Link, animation, header, anim. So for holding animation, we want G, lantern, crouch, swing anim. Otherwise, we'll do this one. And then we will play that animation. Let's see if that's enough. I kind of don't think it will be, but let's see. Things will get interesting once K's Emanuar starts on decompiling OOT. Yeah. Great for him to start on that. Yeah, if he could optimize Ocarina of Time, that would be great. I do have a claim to fame. I do have an optimization. If any of you guys are doing decomp stuff, let me show you, and this will help you out a lot. If I can find the pull request for this. Is closed. What's it gonna be called? Let's say, let's try optimize. No. Man, how am I gonna find this? Hacker root. Yeah, let's try that. Hacker N64. Because I did pop that on the hacker root. In fact, pull request number 1 right here. Yeah, I highly recommend doing this if you are using decomp as your base for your mod. This whole polycheck table, just get rid of this system entirely. This is the killer right here. So I suspect that the OG dev that was responsible for doing collision thought, hey, I don't need to check polygons that I've already checked before. So he implemented this like cache system, which is this polycheck table. Problem is, works good. Like maybe for it's a good thought. The problem is resetting this polycheck table runs every single time you're done checking a particular, like if you do a raycast, it will try to fill up this cache, use it, and then clear it. And this loop right here to clear out all the nodes in this polycheck table is so slow, so unbelievably slow. So it is far faster to just remove this optimization and check every, like even if you've already checked a poly, check it again rather than trying to use this cache to avoid that. And it's so much faster. Like I'm not kidding. When I was working on the Skyloft dungeon, I had a room that had a fairly high number of collision in like a densely packed area. And as soon as I put 2 keys into that room, my frame rate would tank down to like 13 FPS just from 2 keys. And after I spent like a lot of time trying to find, you know, ways I could optimize this, and eventually I discovered this guy, ripped it out, and I went from 2 keys at 15, 13 frames per second up to having 7 keys at 20 frames per second. Like it was night and day. And it's pretty much like an okay thing to do in every circumstance that I've ever found. So if you're doing anything with decomp, rip this out, this polycheck table, just get rid of it. It's a bad system. Take it out, you'll get more frames. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I had a compiler error. Let's see what's going on there. G Lantern crouch swing anim. Did I typo that? Oh, G Link Lantern. Aha. Seems like you should know some mysterious arts to be able. I don't know, man. If you're willing to learn and put in the time to learn, I think you'll be fine. All right, let's see. Nope, it doesn't work. So I need to find this attack while defending function is called here. Player is busy if player set up defend. Generic timer 0. Yeah, let's see. I think this is where I'm gonna do. I need to run to the restroom, and then I'm gonna debug this a little bit more. Give me like a minute, 2 minutes. Howdy. Thanks for your patience. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let me catch up here. Are there going to be time elements like an OoT Majora's Mask? Probably not. I think Link has lost the Ocarina of Time by the time you get to Indigo. There is certainly not going to be any Child Link stuff. I can say that for a fact. Whether there is still time-related stuff to be determined, but I'm not sure. Standing animations for Lantern as well. Yeah, spaces. If you want to catch the start of the stream, I went through and kind of showed the other animations that we've got for the Lantern. Swing the Lantern, and you could, in this way, throw big embers on the foes. Oh boy, have I got a treat for you. We are considering an upgrade to the Lantern that will allow you to do some different things with it, like, you know, maybe it starts to behave like the Lens of Truth, like in reveal hidden enemies. The flames maybe has a different color. Maybe it never goes out, like it's a much stronger, more magical flame. But the thing that I really want to do, if you have played Sekiro, is the Shinobi Firecracker attack. Do this as the Lantern. Like, how freaking cool would that be? You swing this thing and just like sparks fly out and then explode and does like tons of fire and explosive damage. Oh, it'd be fantastic. So if we decide to make the Lantern upgrades a thing, I will definitely be begging to implement that. Armchair dev here. Yeah, so you want to see a real treat? Got some time. Let's look at what's the nastiest thing I can think of. Something in Kaleidoscope. Here we go. Let's look at just this draw ammo count. Something as simple as like drawing the ammo count for your slingshot or your bows. Let's look through how deep this gets. Okay, that one's not good. Item select. Yeah, here we go. Item select. It's a little more complicated, to be fair, but still not that hard. If, while, if, else, more while, if. And it just goes on and on and on and on for like 700 lines. Like the pause menu, it's astonishing that this game works as well as it does when you look at some of the code to make it happen. Although, to be fair, I don't hold it against the devs, because I understand for a lot of them, this was probably their first time ever working in C. Like, I would guess a lot of them were coming off assembly, working on, you know, Link's Awakening and stuff like that. Not only that, but certainly the first time working in 3D. So I remember how nasty my code was when I first started. So I don't blame them, and I try to keep that in mind as I go through this. It's like I probably would have written something similarly nasty if I was just starting this very early on in my career. A trampoline room where you can do backflips. That would be nice. Set up defend. Let's do this actually. Okay. Let's see what's getting hit here. Make the code menu smaller? Yeah, sure I can. God, I need to get away from that swinging thing, that noise. Okay. Generic bar 0, not busy, defend equals 1. What's this condition? If set up defend. attack while defending. Not a player with Hylian shield. That'll be true. Okay, so yeah, one of these should work. Defend 1. Interesting. Look at it with big Orons. Same. Lantern. Oops. Like not even registering this input. Generic VAR1. It's unfortunate. I don't know what generic VAR is supposed to do. Okay. Pause on that and think about it a little bit. And in the meantime, I'll set up the other animations. How about that? Aim while defending. So the right way to implement these new animations for the lantern is to extend this player animations thing where you do like this get player anim and you give it a group, yada yada. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it the right way. The way I have been doing it is like this. Get to defend anim. And if we're holding the lantern, this is going to be crouch idle. Is that what I named it? Crouch idle, yeah. Otherwise, defending. Kind of nasty, but gets the job done for now. Have you reached any limitation in regards to memory? Yeah, I have, and we've done some cute tricks to get around certain things, but the main advantage is Indigo is going to be requiring the expansion pack, like Majora's Mask, so we have twice the amount of memory to work with that vanilla OOT does. All right. So instead of this, we're gonna do player get start defend anim. Drop that down there. Start. 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 We got start defending, defending, and now end defending. Get end, end. blend. Cool. What did generic var do? God, we have no idea. Planning to release the IK rig for Link. Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely release that. The only problem is it requires at the moment a bunch of like custom stuff for Fast64 that is not yet merged into the main branch for it to work right. So once like Fast64 is caught up to my fork, then I'll release the rig for sure. Absolutely. And yeah, it's so nice. I really worked hard setting up the rig. Let me show you one of the things that I'm really proud of. And if you don't animate a lot, you probably won't care about this. But if you do, hopefully you're going to be like, dang, that's so neat. All right, let's see. Let's just get to neutral pose. Yeah, it's this layer. So check this out, right? I've got this bone here, which is the knee track pole, and the knee pole is parented to this. So look, when I move the knee here, you see this track pole. It's always going to stay halfway between the ankle and the thigh, which means that the knee track target is always going to stay in a good place. So I can move the leg pretty much anywhere, and the knee is in a good position. And you're never going to get any like knee roll. I mean, you can like, let's see, get. Yeah, I mean, if you can get into a pretty extreme pose, like even here, that knee is still technically in the correct space. And even if you do get, oh, I think I had a little bit of roll right around here. You can't see because it's going in his body, but you know, I just rotate the foot, and fix that way. So super happy with that one. I think that's an awesome feature, and it makes animating legs just super easy. I also have IK on the hands, which I am hit or miss on. Normally I honestly turn that off and just use FK to animate hands. I think it's a lot easier, but yeah, feet are great. And I sometimes, when I first made this rig, this is embarrassing, but I probably spent like 30 minutes just sitting here, just moving his hip around and like doing, you know, stuff like this. Pull his hands down, just do like, whew, look how, just one bone, and you get such rich motion. Like, you got the head track target, it's the hat target, the knees, everything deforms correctly. Like, it's so easy, so freaking easy. I love animating with this rig. Oh, forgot header. I tried to use Rigify, but I didn't have success, so I just built my own. Oh, the other, well, let me show off one more thing with this rig. I can import arbitrary animations onto it too, and then bake them onto the IK rig. So let me do that actually. Let's find a good one. I'll do a fun little demonstration. Pick a long one. Sure. Opening a box. So the way this process works is it's kind of, I did it with just a Blender script. Like, ideally I could do this as part of Fast64, but I want to. OT. So we're gonna import, select the armature, import that animation, select it here, import. You'll see nothing happened. Playing this does nothing. But go over here and I will turn on the import constraints, and this will snap all of the IK bones to the deform bones. Right, so now I've got all that going on. Next, select all the bones, pose, animation, bake action, and I will bake the deform frames onto the IK frames. Then I can just delete the IK frames. You'll see nothing's happening because those constraints are still set. Come back here, change that to 0. Oh, I deleted my bad. I deleted the action. Anyway, it was a good enough demonstration that you know what was going on. Because that's how I got all these other ones, like the bottle bug miss and all that. What an anticlimactic finish, right? But yeah, you get the idea. Anyway. Okay. Let's see how the crouching works when I'm holding the lantern. Ooh, I don't like what he's doing with the shield there. Need to fix that. But look, that looks supernatural. There's a little too much rotation in his hand, huh? Look at how the lantern's like, it's going bananas. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh, bug. I see ya. Are you in chat? Thought you fixed this. Oh wait, maybe I introduced this actually. That's my own bug. Because I'm looping the animation, right? I think there's what's happening is I start the animation for like lantern, and then the lantern gets put away, and then it still continues holding the lantern. You ever see the anchor item finished? The anchor is still in progress. That is shaping up to be the most in-depth and difficult item that I've worked on so far, and it's taking a really long time. And I have to take breaks from it so I don't get discouraged and lose my motivation. So I am currently on a break from the anchor, but it's definitely, like, I know it's possible. It's just a ton of work to get it working right. Anyway, let's see. I'll let you fix that bug. On your own time. Let me do one thing for get defend. Yeah, I wanna set his model to not like put the shield away. I don't remember how to do that. Oh, so it's not my fault. It's just that your fix is really janky. Hmm. The anchor is weighing on me. Yeah. Dragging me down. Yeah, I think it's got to be generic bar. Actually, let me change it. I'm sick of indigo.h. Let's spawn a mountain home. Yeah, so generic var is getting set to 1 somehow, and that's what's allowing this to happen. Which I don't know. This is going to be so difficult to track down. How, when, and why did I get into modding? Interesting question. I started May 26th of this year. And I got into it because I've always wanted to do game development. I don't for my day job. I work in a different field. It's always kind of like been an itch. And actually, I watched ZFG do a playthrough of NimPies a long time ago, and I was like, "This is outstanding. I want to do this." And I tried to immediately, but I failed catastrophically because I was not cut out for doing like the binary hacker kind of stuff, and decomp was not yet at 100%. So I shelved the idea. I waited around, and then when decomp reached 100% matching, pure C, I was like, now is my time. And I jumped back into it. Here we are. Yeah, I am a programmer for my full-time job. I'm actually I work in computer security, but I started as kind of a standard software developer and then transferred into doing more security-oriented work. I'm a security researcher. No, I'm definitely on the blue team. I work on the defense side. Although, you do have to know a little bit about how the other side operates to build a good defense. "76 uses of generic var." Ugh. Okay. Let's see if it's one of these. Mini CS. I don't think it's related to that. What's this function? Setup exit. Not related. Item cutscene or first person. Not related. Begin swimming. Definitely not related. Walk on slope. No. Attack while defending. This sets it to 1? Maybe am I not reaching this guy? 0, 1. Yeah, I wanted to do game design first. It's actually why I got into programming in the first place. I was 15. I was like addicted to World of Warcraft, and I was writing like World of Warcraft mods and stuff. And it's like, oh my god, or add-ons, I guess. It's like, oh my god, I want to do this for my career. So I went to school, started studying computer science, and I went to a conference, actually, the Game Developers Conference, which is held in San Francisco in like 2012. And I met a ton of people from the industry. Every single programmer I talked to was like, whatever you do not get into game development. It is hell. And apparently, at least at the time, it's just an incredibly hostile work environment where you are operating on like 3-month to 6-month contracts. You never know if you're going to have a job by the end of the year. Crunch time is just insane. It was an absolute nightmare. And it scared the heck out of me. It was like, okay, maybe I won't do that. And I kind of, found a new love for security and moved in that direction. But I've always had that itch, like that little scratch, like deep in the back of the skull. It's like, do game design. So now I'm getting to do it as a hobby, which I think is a much more manageable taste. Although I will say I have enjoyed this so much over the past several months. I am considering a bit of a career move and switching into a more seeing if I would enjoy working in the game industry. Fortunately, it'd be a pretty severe pay cut. Security is definitely a sexy field right now, but it's worth it for my mental health and getting to like do stuff that I enjoy, right? Attack while defending. There it is. Oh yeah, the animation for Link lighting the lantern. Yeah, I was really proud of that one. I spent like 3 hours on it. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I have no idea. I think you know the folks that worked on Missing Link, they worked for a long time on that. I can't really compare because I wasn't a part of that project. Uh-oh, C3 is 0. Look at that. I expected 1, but it's 0. Okay. So this is our guy using item already in hand. Start change item. Maybe not. End defend. Use item. This update common. Looks like update common. It is. Yeah, I the one thing I can say is for doing custom stuff, it is so much easier now with decomp. Like I said, I tried to start this project a couple years ago, and I was not cut out for it. I couldn't do it. It was too hard without decomp. So I'm definitely a C baby. I need the source code. I don't the OG hackers that created stuff, you know, like Missing Link and NimPies. It is just it's mind boggling to me how they pulled that off. I don't understand how they're able to do that. It's incredible. And Dawn and Dusk, of course. Dawn and Dusk is also astonishing. Mm. Okay. It's definitely related to this. Already using in hand. So let's just brute force it. Let's kill all of you guys. Oh, that's setting it to 0. That's not what I want. 0, 0. only two places. It's either in used item or it must be used item then, right? I love this animation. So proud of myself. There it is. Use item. Okay, we found the culprit. It is this condition. God, this if statement is a nightmare. Let's see if it even gets in here first before I even try to read that. No, doesn't make it. Okay, there it is. Let's figure out this condition. First, let's rewrite it so it's not so abysmal. And or okay. Held item action param is this item action param. That's probably going to be true. Or the item action param is less than 0. That's going to be false. So it's this first condition. And we're not shielding. We are, so this is false. Or action to melee weapon. Action param player AP none. Okay, let's check the action param. And while we're here, yeah, this is like the worst possible way to debug. I think Glank has created a tool that allows you to use like a proper debugger with this, but I haven't looked into it yet. So far, I've been able to get away with, you know, old school year 0 computer science console.log debugging, but maybe I'm gonna run out of runway on that as I start getting into more advanced stuff. Oops, that's not what I want. Let's just make sure that this one is correct too. It should be, but oh my god. Sorry, in the zone on that if statement. Let me catch up here. Thought of making a community server for the mod. Not a whole server. There's a channel on the Highly and Modding Discord, and that's kind of all I want to do. I don't really want to like admin a server. I'll let the admins of Highly and Modding worry about that. Yeah, there's a tool for debugging decomp, but like I said, I don't know how to use it yet. Held match is 0, and melee weapon not equal to null is 0. So both of these two statements are wrong. So okay, I mean, of course they are, right? Held item action param equals this item action param. Held. Let's look at just held. Yeah, I really don't. I'm just not interested in like that side of community engagement. I don't want to run a server. Oops, I botched it. Item action -1. That's not good. This item action param. How is this getting set? Action param. Oh. Okay, I'm kind of baffled. I'm gonna walk around for a minute, see if I have any great insights. It's usually my go-to trick. As soon as I get really stuck on something and have no idea what to do, I take a walk. BRB. Okay, I didn't have any great insights, unfortunately, so I'm gonna switch gears. Because I don't want to just get stuck on this for the entire stream. It's not fun to watch. Walk around the kitchen, yeah. I don't want to keep you waiting too long. Oh my god, my upload rate is just garbage. I enjoyed Link to the Past, but I don't really remember it. I wouldn't say I'm a 2D fan. However, I have been drawing a lot of inspiration from the 2D games because I think it is just an untapped well of ideas for 3D Zelda mods. Not many that I've seen, at least, have tried to like incorporate ideas from the 2D games and bring them into a 3D space. So I'm not the most creative person, so I've just been shamelessly stealing things like the color puzzle, the floor color puzzle tiles in Skyloft. That's obviously a direct rip right out of Oracle of Ages. Subrosions, Rock's Feather, stuff like that. So many branches. All right. I think this is the branch. October 30, 5:35 a.m. Yeah. I had a rough night last night. I was like, I really wanted to get this thing working. So look at my commit times here. I started at 8 p.m., almost 9 p.m. Reasonable. Got a ball, made a cannon firing, projectile 2 a.m. Polish, break wall 4 a.m. Break wall finally done at 5:30 a.m. You ever just like get that you have to get it working and you lose the ability to sleep because if you go to try to sleep you're just going to be thinking about it and you're going to be up all night. That's how I was last night. It's like I have to do this, otherwise I'm not going to be able to do anything else. But cool. Let me I think for those of you that are still here, I think you're really going to enjoy this part. Been working on some new puzzle actors for the upcoming dungeon, which is a ghost pirate ship. And I'm going to give you a little bit of preview of that. And I actually would like some feedback on how this should work. So I'll show you what I'm thinking, then maybe you can help me decide how to make this item. Or not, excuse me, it's not an item. How to make this actor. You gotta wait for it to build. Here we go. Oh, just kidding, there's more. Yeah, actually, I do all this on a laptop. I don't actually have a desktop. Let's see. It's not like a bad laptop. It's pretty decent. Yeah, 6-core Intel hyper-threaded. Where's the GPU? 2070 mobile. 32 gigs. It's decent for, you know, a laptop. Oh my god, Decomp is such a hog building this. Look at this. Maxed out 30 gigs of memory to build right now. Oh my god. And 100% CPU. I have what do I have? An HP Omen. Yeah, that's what it is. This guy. This is the machine I've got. It's nice. I like it. All right, here we are. In my scene. First off, we've got cannonballs. The idea for this is there's going to be some enemies that are only weak to like blunt damage, like the hammer. But there isn't a hammer. So I need to give the player another source of blunt damage. And that's why I have this cannonball for. So you'll notice I'm actually using the Rudo sound effects as placeholders. I didn't know what else to do. But you can throw the ball, it rolls, does all kinds of great stuff. You can bounce it off of walls. Got some little physics. Oh, no game sound? That's probably for the best. Okay. You should be able to hear it now. Hopefully. Okay, so that's the cannonball. And then we've also got a cannon here. This is another part of the prop system. And you'll see this fuse. And then we've got this wall. You can't break them. So these do have some colliders on them. There's the cannon has collision. You'll see there's like an extra collider here around the fuse. And then also a collider on the wall. And there's a reason this is pointed, so this is I'm so excited to showcase this. I hope you enjoy it. It's gonna be great. If you light the cannon, right? Right? It's pretty good. Game's too loud? Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. Show it one more time with proper volume. Yeah, so loading the cannon. That's actually what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I was thinking, in order to use the cannon, should you have to like load it with the cannonball? You know, do one of these maneuvers. And maybe it's okay if you just like if you're standing close to it and you drop the cannonball, it just gets sucked up. I don't know. I love this so much. So good. So yeah, what do you guys think? Load the cannon. Now the thing is, I could do this the right way, which would be like a fair amount of work. So I would need another, see how it says drop on the A button? I could make another one that says like load or, you know, whatever. And when you get here, it gives you kind of a contextual clue. Okay, you can interact with this cannon in some fashion that's a little more interesting. Of course, the easy way out is to just like not do that and have the player come up in front of it and just put it down right in front, and then the cannon just like gets, just by magic, gets kind of sucked up into the cannon. So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Oh, there's one other part to this actually. To do with the loading. Pushable cannon. Yeah, at some point I'll make this pushable. It's not right now, but I do want it to be pushable, so you've got to kind of go like get it into position. So I imagine like a puzzle where you got to get the cannon into the right position and then pull off, you know, some like long range snipe from across the map to hit something. I think that would be really funny. Okay, and then after some time, close. There you go. We missed it because I was futzing around with the camera, so we got to do it again. Test collision in front of cannon, so if the ball is close, it loads it. That way you can either walk up or throw it over distance and low wall. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's just how to make that interaction feel not like clunky and hacky. Yeah, you like that? So when it's ready to light it again, the fuse comes up. So satisfying. So satisfying, right? All right. Yeah, I thought about adding recoil, but that's just more work than I wanted to do, to be honest. Like I could push the cannon back a smidge, and then but I need to rotate the wheels, and those would then have to be separate meshes, and be just like a lot more extra calculation that I don't really care about. Especially considering this is like an actor that is primarily designed for just one dungeon. I'm okay with not going that extra mile for it. Because you're really only going to see it in this one place. Maybe one or two other places. But yeah, I just couldn't justify the effort. That's all. But it would be better with that. You're right. What am I doing here? Yeah. Yeah, I could tilt it, but I would need to make the wheels separate, and I just don't want to do that. But maybe it does need it. I don't know. If you guys think it's worth doing, I can do it. But it take me, just time that I don't want to spend. Okay, so let's look at the cannon. Let's give this a bool. Actually, it doesn't need a bool. We can just use the state machine for this. Let's add 2 more. Loaded. To open the boss door, you need a huge cannonball that drops from the ceiling into a huge cannon. Yeah, that'd be nice. Wheels use the spike long sound. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Again, it's just it's hard to like. A lesson I've had to learn is to like leave things be good enough and move on. Otherwise, I get stuck down a rabbit hole and stop making progress. So really, these are going to be. Let me just rename these. Pop those in like such as. Maybe cannons are how you injure the boss. Yes, you are correct. That is how you will injure a mini boss, not the main boss. But one of the mini bosses will require some heavy damage. And you need to use a cannon for it. I did this last night and I've already forgotten. Greater than 0. Okay, so idle 0. All right, let's start with doing this in a kind of a gross way that doesn't feel very good, and then we can expand on it once the basic behavior is working. Sound good? this. Oops, that's not measuring. $75. Take the current X position plus math S, this Dyna actor shape rod Y 75. Maybe this should be 0 actually. And then Z, it's gonna be cosine. Don't need this. Barrel loaded pause and ball candidate world pause. What's this gonna be? I don't know. Let's say 50. Let's say 100 to make it obvious. I'm doing this right. An easy way to make a portion of a model into its own model. I don't fully understand what you mean. Let's kill that guy. And we can get out of here. I'm gonna cheat a little bit actually. So give the fuse like it's kind of nasty, and I might change this. Zero. Use timer. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this works on the first try. The idea is we shouldn't be able to light the cannon unless we drop a ball in front of the barrel. Yeah, so to answer your question, it is easy. Let me show you what I would do. So this is the cannon, right? It's all one mesh. What I would do is just select the stuff that I want to be separate, and then I could separate that into its own mesh, and then export this as cannon props wheel, and then draw the wheel as a separate thing. Right now, the cannon is just its whole own entity. Okay, fuse is down. That's good. Let's see if dropping the ball in front of it. Should have seen that coming. Okay, what have I done? Nearby cannon. Okay, so it's just part of the killing it is not safe. Oh, I'm killing a null. This is not a thing. This is already a pointer. Duh. How'd you guys let me do that? I blame the viewers for that bug. So obvious. All right, bring it over. Oh, it just took it right out of my hands, huh? That's not ideal. Man. Okay, I can't cheat. Let's just do the setup, and I can fix it later. Okay, so if it is within range and it does not have a parent, ball candidate, that should prevent it from just getting sucked out of my hands. So I drop this in front of the barrel. I mean, it kind of isn't that bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not that bad, you know? Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Can I not light it? Dude, I actually thought about making the hand, the toilet hand from Doris come up and so, like pull the ball up into the barrel. I did not work. Oh, this is going to the wrong one. This should be loaded. Just needs an appropriate sound effect. Maybe you're right. Maybe just like dropping it right in front of the barrel is good enough if it's got a good sound effect. You don't like the little Rudo sound it makes? There we go. It should not come back. Oh, it did come back. Did you see that for like a split second? It regrew. Yeah, okay, so the regrowing portion is not gonna fly. So we don't want to regrow here. Set up idle. While we're idling. Let's do that. That should fix the growing thing. You throw it close enough, will it go in? Good question. Let's find out. I mean, it worked. The radius is too large, though. Let's fix the radius. So let's pull it up. We want it to be. You know what? Let's change this to just dist xz. And it's going to be pretty close. Let's make it 20. And then we'll check y manually. So it needs to be, let's make it in between. Like that. Yeah, once I get the disappearing behavior working, I'll do the sound effects part. Let's see if I can just yeet it in there from over here, though. I don't know why, but that's so ridiculous, but I kind of love it. If you just like chuck the thing close enough. Oh, I'm way too pleased with myself here. Hang on, I missed. Okay, let's get a sound effect. I love this. Environment's probably got some good ones for us to use. Loving content makes you want to learn coding. That's awesome to hear, man. That's like my... If I can inspire somebody else to start modding or just coding in general, I'm very happy. That means so much. Thank you for sharing. Okay, if you guys hear a good sound effect, check the I'm pointing with my finger at my screen. You guys can't see this. It says 27FF. Whatever the value is when you hear that sound effect, remember it and say it, and we'll see if we can find a good one. This will be. 2805. Go away. It's not 2805. Thanks, Ricardo. Yeah, nice you were able to stop by. I'll try to get more reasonable times for Europe later. .280E isn't bad. 280E is a candidate. Ooh, 2815 maybe? Was maybe shifted down a little bit? That one's a little dramatic, I think. Yeah, I can pitch shift things down. That one's kind of nice. 282F, it's pretty subtle. Maybe it's not enough. Kind of like this one, 3A. .35? 3.5 might be a little too dramatic for loading a cannon. I don't hate 5.1. This is the bottle opening sound when you open a bottle. The down pitch bottle sound, I actually use that in something else, so I kind of want a different one. Oh, what about the pot? This is the sound when you pick up a pot. 2888. Maybe it should be the Jabu slurp. Hey, Java Rooster, going good. We're looking for a sound effect that'll work when you load a cannonball into the cannon. That one would be great too. This is putting down a box. think we're getting up into the dummy ones. Okay, I don't know which one the floor switch makes. Let me see if I can find that. Foot switch. $10261. 2815. Was that one of the ones that people liked? 2815? 2815. Yeah, one person liked 2815. Let's try 2815. Let's see how that sounds. A part of me does like maybe have like a just like a 3% chance for it to make the Jabu slurp sound instead of the normal. I don't know actually. Now that I hear it, it's kind of weird. Maybe let's try pitching it down just a smidge. Let's try the foot switch pitch down, and then we'll try the next one if this doesn't work. Hammer recoil when it bonks the ground. Yeah, I don't think that's an environment, so I missed that one. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the foot switch. I'll do it one more time so you guys can hear. I don't think it's working for me. Sounds weird. All right, let's try pillar move stop. I can't really slow it down, but I can shift the pitch down a bit. I don't know. I see it. That's pretty dramatic. I'll try elevator stop. The sound the Armos make when they hop. No. Let me see if I can find that one. I'll try it right after this. That one's not bad. I don't hate it. Amos walk? That's probably what it is. $2851. Did we try 2851? Or did we say it and then never try it? Trap bound. We'll do that one next. I don't know about the Armos one. Trap bound, let's try. Were there any other good ones that we liked? Rudo giggling every time I pick up his cannonball is just killing me. It's just so dramatic. Pitch shifted door sound might work because it has a bit of lead in before a thud. Which could be the ball entering the barrel and hitting the bottom. 280E. 280E. No, we're not doing 280. Oh no, that's 2803. Sorry. Bridge open. I thought you were trying to pull a fast one on me there. Bomb drop? Yeah, I could use the bomb bound. That's not bad. It is kind of extra. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I like to find one that's not terrible. I don't know, this one has like too much reverb. Too echoey. Let's try the bomb bound. $283A. I can't slow it down. I can lower the pitch, the frequency a little bit, but I can't like extend the duration of it. Nope, that doesn't work at all. 283A. Hammer switch. That sounds good. That's actually my favorite one so far, is Hammer Switch. Let's do it again. Let's see how it is shifted down just a smidge. That's too much. Let's go the other way. Yeah, I do like the having two chunks. Like one, you're putting it into the barrel, and the other one when it's just getting loaded. I love that you can just chuck it into the barrel. Although I kind of feel like, is it worth adding a check to make sure that you're throwing it like at like the yaw to the barrel is correct. Let me explain what I mean. Like, should you be able to load the cannon like this? Okay, well, I botched it, but you get what I'm going for, right? Like throwing it at the side. Yeah, so should you be able to load it from that angle? Is that worth fixing it? Yeah, I'm tempted to agree. I think it's more fun that way, even though it's not, like, it's less correct. It is more fun. Speedrun strats. I think this is fine with the frequency of 1. Let's listen to it one more time just to make sure. Yeah, Stavo, I'm inclined to agree with you. I think most people are gonna be like, want to come up here and do it anyway. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, let's fix the state machine here. So, see, the fuse comes up right away. That's not what we want. It's extra work to make it not as fun to load. Great perspective. I agree. So we don't want this in idle. We want this in loaded. Let's do it there. Could be frustrating if it's precise, yeah. I think it's okay the way it is now. Because it's like as soon as it's leaving Link's hands, when he puts it down, it's getting gobbled. Oh, that thing just came right up, didn't it? Setup loaded. Oh, this should be 0. When the fuse pops up, it should play the Magic Bean Grow sound. No. Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. Cool, I'm happy with that. Cannon now requires loading. Cool. Okay. Now for some big spoilers. I'm gonna show you the room that I'm thinking to put this in the dungeon, and then we'll make a puzzle around it. I don't have this dungeon like textured all the way. It's mostly just like some placeholder stuff, but I'll give you an idea of the vibe I'm going for. So this is the room. I've already got a bunch of other cannons, and these are inert, just like props that are pointing out the portholes or whatever. What I would like to do is have some puzzle here that requires the cannon, because going up this ladder gets you to the main deck of the ship. So I want to protect that ladder with some debris or something like that. I'm gonna put a big secret rupee out here if you want to go out to the front. Classic modding dungeon design. Yeah, it's so much easier to make the layout. Like I have some dungeon-wide puzzles, like navigation puzzles, and I make the room layout to fit the navigation puzzles that I want, because I think those are the most rewarding and the most challenging. So those ones I do first, and I make sure they're good. Then individual room traversal, I can just add one-off puzzles to that room to make them a little more, you know, give it just a touch more character. But yeah, that's kind of my philosophy here. Oh man, what's down this pit? I guess we'll never know. Anyway, so you get an idea for how I want that puzzle to go. So maybe there's like a ring of fire around the base. We'll start with that. See how that feels. Which room am I in? This room. Yeah, so right there's the ladder. This is the room that we were just in. So maybe you have to like get a cannonball from one side, like maybe there's some debris here blocking off this way, and there's another cannon here at the other end of the hallway that's like obstructing. Get what I'm saying? Something like that. Let's see how it feels. First, actually, let me just prove to myself that I actually can put this actor into the level. Splash Kaboom minigame? No, I'm not doing that. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. Okay. What's going on? I'm getting like weird hitting something? Is that what it is? That's new. That didn't used to always happen. I've done something to turn that on. If anybody knows how to fix that, let me know. This is gonna drive me up a wall. Object and cannon props. Uh, what is a cannon? One. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate the good luck wish. Break walls 3. I just proved to myself that I can load these in, and the cannonball is going to be 0. And then let's also pop the entrance down here. Oops, I went backwards. Right. There should probably be some kind of like Navi hint with this cannon, right? Because if you see inert ones over here and you see this guy pointing, it's probably not going to be very intuitive to players that they need to, you know, interact with this somehow. Oh shoot, I don't have a way to light this. Oh, I guess maybe I can use Din's fire. Yes. Okay. Oh, it doesn't have enough oomph. It needs more velocity. Let's give it 40. See if that feels like enough. Din's fire inside a wooden ship, right? Yeah, I don't think Din's fire is going to survive the final cut. We're looking at scrapping that and replacing it with something different. Prop ones be a little bit broken. That's a good idea. Uh-oh. My favorite part. I don't know what happened there. Let's just try that again and see if it happens. Maybe that was a solar flare? Let's chalk it up to that. The worst kind of bugs are the ones that You can't reproduce. Oops. Nice. There we go. What the heck? Why did that open a door? Oh, because I haven't set up the switch flags yet. It's sharing switch flags. Show you another neat section. This is kind of, I'm not like super happy with this, but the ship has to have a mast, right? I haven't put sails on this or anything yet. This is kind of like, you know, an old, abandoned, decrepit ghost ship, so... normally there would be... Yeah, I haven't set up the switch flag, so things are gonna behave very oddly. Slightly elevated on a platform would make it look more distinct. That is a good point, too. Yeah. Fire arrows are also cut. They are replaced with these. The shock arrows. Which you can zap yourself with. For some self-inflicted damage. Oh yeah, what am I doing? Let me show the the mast is centered. I'm pretty sure. Because that door is centered. It's slightly off. How did you notice that? It's so subtle. So minor. God. How do you expect to light faraway torches? With a regular bow and a flame source. Yeah, and then there's stuff to do down here. Oh, look at this spooky hallway. Wonder where this leads. Anyway. Look at that. It sure is off center. Oh, now I remember why. It's because this hole is not centered. And it can't be. It can't be perfectly centered. So it needs to be, it's too wide right now. I need to doesn't need to be this wide, but that's why. Because it's centered to this hole, but the hole is not centered to the ship. Is ROM hack gonna have electrified floors? I don't know. I haven't really thought about electrified floors. Yeah, I'm stoked for this dungeon. When we give it another texture pass and start adding, you know, like props and enemies and other ambient stuff, I think it's gonna be really, really neat. going to pretend that Rudo sound has lore implications. Yeah, ice arrows are probably going to get scrapped too, unless we can make them significantly better. But part of my motivation for getting rid of both Din's Fire and the fire arrows is I wanted to restrict the player's ability to just generate fire on demand, and especially at a distance. So I think puzzles are more interesting when you have to use your environment a little more. So rather than just shooting a fire arrow at a torch, I'd rather have a puzzle where you have to, get into the right position, maybe light some other torches along the way with Deku sticks, and then set yourself up for a good shot to light that. No Reaper enemies. I don't know what a Reaper enemy is. But anyway, cool. So I've proved to myself and to you that we have this new puzzle actor in the ship. This puzzle obviously needs a lot of work. Along with this is kind of a shorter dungeon, so this is going to take place. It's going to be like the second or third dungeon that you deal with in the game. So it's pretty short. It's like a little bit longer than Deku Tree, vanilla Deku Tree, but not by much. Room, yeah, so there's 13 total rooms and then the boss room. And yeah, this is my primary focus. The actor that this canon actor that I've been working on is like for this dungeon. I have a couple other puzzle actors that I want to do again for this dungeon, and this is like my primary focus for probably the next week or two until I can finish it. I don't want to get sidetracked on anything else because it's been the last dungeon I made was Skyloft, honestly, and I made that for the demo. So that was June, end of July when I finished the Skyloft dungeon. I haven't done any dungeon work since then because it burned me out so much, man. Making dungeons is the hardest part of this. If I could just sit and write code all day, I would. So yeah, making dungeons is hard, and I'm not very good at it, and it takes me a super long time. So I'm due for another one. For another one. Cool. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, folks. I don't have a whole lot else to show you that will be interesting. So if you've got anything that you want me to show you real quick, I can do that. Otherwise, if not, we can end it here. Make the dungeon. What's in the pit? I really want to save the pit reveal for like I'm pretty open. Like I don't like, being super secretive and hiding a lot of stuff. But I've got to have a few, right? And the pit is worth it. What is down at the bottom of that pit is worth waiting for. Would be any rod weapons from the 2D games. I thought about the I forget the name of it, the one that like spawns blocks or sand or stuff like that. But I don't really have a good use for it. So I haven't put too much thought into it. But kind of like as we have a need for an item, either like thematically or because of some cool puzzle ideas that we want to like. For example, I knew that I wanted to make a dungeon that took place completely underwater, like Water Temple, but plus. And that necessitated the Zora flippers. Like there's no way I could pull off a entirely submerged underwater dungeon and have it be fun if you are walking around in iron boots the whole time. So that's why the Zora flippers got created. So that's kind of my process for how new items get introduced, is if there's a need for them, either thematically or because of other design choices that we've made. Yeah, Cane of Samaria, that's what I'm thinking of, I think. Okay, cool, folks. Thanks for stopping by. I hope this was entertaining. I'll see you at the next one. Hopefully have some more neat things to show off. Take care.